Welcome back to Shay's Kitchen, everyone. So today it is simple, it is quick. I have already made my beans in my crock pot. So today, what we'll be having with our beans is some Mexican cornbread, and that is what you see here. We're pretty much going to start off by making my same cornbread recipe that I have, and then we're going to get everything else put together. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, guys. So we're going to pretty much be using the same recipe. I'm just going to be adding a little bit more. I usually use 1 cup. This time I'm going to do 1.5 cups of the flour in the mill. Okay. Okay. And we are going to top this off with 1 cup of sugar. And I know that probably seems like a lot, but it helps. The sugar and the corn help balance our peppers. Okay. Mix in a mix. Okay, with our baking powder, I'm going to put in probably about a tablespoon, almost a tablespoon. That's about 1.5 teaspoons, really. Chop up some of these lumps. Okay. All right. So get my pinch of salt. Okay, we have our Mexican cheese here. Put probably about 1 cup in here. Trying to keep up with my measuring for you guys. This mix in. Okay. So I did a half of an onion, a green bell pepper, a red bell pepper, about 1/4 cup of jalapenos, and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic. And these, like I said, are a half of a half. I cut them in half and then cut them in half again and chop them up. And this is what we have here. We're going to dump this in. I tried to remember as much as I could of how my grandma, my Mimi, made her Mexican cornbread, and then put my touch on it. Okay. So we have our 2 eggs over here. I'm gonna go ahead and get them mixed in. Now in the oven, which is already preheated at 400 degrees, I have about a tablespoon and a half of oil in my cast iron skillet to get it hot. When you pour it in your cornbread, you want it to kind of sizzle. So I usually let mine sit in there probably about 10, in between 10 to 15 minutes from when I turn my oven on, let it sit for about, my oven preheat about 5 minutes, and I throw my cast iron skillet in there. And it is about that time for the cornbread to go in the oven. So we have our cream style corn. Pour your can in there. It makes it moist. But yeah, it's crispy on the outside. Has that sweetness to it with that small bite also. Make sure I don't have anything left in my corners, so when you get ready to dump it, you don't see mix. It's not mixed in. Okay. Now we can check on our skillets, our cast iron skillet in the oven, and see if it's ready. Okay, just pulled our cast iron out of the oven. That's the sizzle that you want to hear. Get my napkin and smooth the grease around in this pan. Okay. Pour your mixture in. Okay. Let's smooth this over. So our oven is preheated to 400 degrees. We are going to put our timer on for 30 minutes and come and check it and make sure that it's cooked all the way through, and then we'll take it out. And if it needs to cook some more, I'd suggest probably maybe 10 more minutes. Okay guys, so I let it cook for 27 minutes. I want to make sure my inside was completely all the way cooked. Get your plate that is safe to use. Okay. Lift this baby up. And voila. Okay. It is hot, hot. I'm going to let it rest for about 5 minutes. And then we are going to flip it over and try a piece. Okay guys, so I went ahead and turned it over. cut us a piece. It's hot. Y'all see it. This right here, y'all, is fluffy. You can see the cream style corn in it, the bell peppers, the onions. Y'all see that? I know y'all see that heat. I can see it in the camera myself. It's hot. It's hot. Cheese in there. And a piece of onion. And that's how you do it right there. Shay's Mexican cornbread. Okay, guys. I'm gonna let you guys go. Because it's time to mess it up. So if you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And until the next video, stay cool with Shay's Kitchen. Bye, family.